Hey, good evening, everybody. Welcome to Fair Trade Friday. And I am here in my garden sanctuary because I've been in work mode today. Today I was off from the job, and I'm here with little Indigo. She's enjoying herself chewing. She was laying on this, but she likes to lay on this and she likes to chew on it. So I I was going to get some new patio furniture, but I'm going to wait until probably next summer, or maybe when there's some sales or whatever, because I think this is going to get chewed on a little bit. Gracie chewed on it when she was a pup. Indigo's going through her teething stage, so I gave her something to chew on. This is her favorite spot, but she likes to kick the whatever this is, the cushion off. But so today I've been kind of cleaning up the garden area, doing some other stuff, doing some baskets and beads work, trying to get some things together. And so I'm still kind of in my grubbies from working in the garden. I'm not really done because I haven't worked in it too much. But anyway, so that's where I am. I'm out here in my garden sanctuary, and you've seen me out here before. This is like one of my favorite places to be because it's very peaceful. I have a lot of plants. You can see over there, there's a lot of plants. There's a lot of plants there. This is a very peaceful spot. I got my little umbrella, and that actually has a little solar thing on it, and it collects light. So Indigo and I are hanging out here for the moment. Oh, there's more plants over there. So I call it my garden sanctuary because I like to come out and sit and relax. But I didn't get time got away from me. I was running around. Oh, well, one thing, when you have dogs, you let them do things. I came to this surprise right here earlier today. It was on the side of the house. This was holding um, a lemon tree, a mini lemon tree, and it was on the ground. I can only imagine what happened. I didn't hear anything, but anyway, so I had to replace that and do a lot of stuff there. So the fair trade principle I wanted to talk about tonight is a principle of creating social and economical opportunities for the artisans of Baskets and Beads Kenya. What does that mean exactly? Well, obviously, we know what the economic opportunities mean, providing them the ability to earn income through the orders that I place. And as we're continuing to come out of COVID, things are improving a little. There have been more wholesale orders. There have been the store at Fair Trade Long Beach is doing good. I've had some orders online, running some ads, and that's always a hit or miss thing. So working on that and working on finding more wholesale people, and just working the whole thing to make it viable so I can continue to create opportunities. So opportunities would be more orders, the ability to make beads and earn income. And like I said, that there's a lot of things that are in. They actually went to Safari Park down in San Diego, and they've kept the beads a little bit longer. And I got the first month's sales, and sales were pretty good. So I'm hoping that they're going to continue to keep the paper beads because, like I had mentioned previously, all our ladies make paper beads. So all of them can earn income from making the paper beads. Some of our ladies specialize, like our dog bandanas are only made by a handful of ladies. We have like the sewing group, and then we have some that make the specialized necklaces like the Rael, the Dorcas, the Layla. Not everybody can make those. All of our ladies make baskets. All of our ladies can make the paper beads. And those are things that once those get ordered, that means everybody can earn income. So we're creating economic opportunities for all of them. But we are working on doing some specialized things. So this group can earn some income and this group can earn some income. So we can spread the wealth around. We just I just got in from my last trip there some really cool earrings. I haven't put them online. I just put them up in the store at Fairtrade Long Beach, and they're fabric covered. They're fabric covered teardrop earrings, and they're fabric covered in the shape of Africa, and they're really cool looking. So I put 3 pair, I think, up in the store at Fairtrade Long Beach. So if you're local to Long Beach, you can go there. I need to take some photos and put a few of those online as well for those of you who are not local to Long Beach and can't get to Fairtrade Long Beach. So you can see what those look like. Those are pretty cool. So we're constantly working to come up with new products, new to create more interest and to create more economic opportunities. The same thing with our soapstone vendor. We have a vendor that we're working with that does a soapstone from the Kisii area of Kenya, and I have a couple of wholesale customers specifically for soapstone. So that creates economic opportunities for them, and that helps men and women, which they sometimes they employ up to 40 to 50 people. So that's helping a lot of people earn income. And if you are on the Facebook page or if you're on Instagram, you can see actual video of the guy etching a tree of life dish, which was a product of the week last week. He just takes it by hand and he just carves the design, and he does it so quickly. Obviously, he's been doing it for a long time, so it comes easy for him, but it's just fascinating to watch it come to life from a round dish that just has a certain color on it, like orange or yellow or green or something. Here, I'm probably picking up beeps. They're working on the college that I am next to, and I guess that's a truck of some kind that's beeping along. So if that's coming through, sorry about that. So it's incredible to watch them create out of nothing, and really, really wonderful. What about creating social opportunities? Because it creates social and economical opportunities. How do you create social opportunities? Well, in our situation with the ladies, they have like a big meeting room, kind of. I wouldn't say big, but it's a meeting hall. It's a small meeting hall that was built through somebody raised some money to build the meeting hall, and there's a little bit of water there, I think, and bathroom, like a sunken hole kind of thing, outhouse, I guess we'd call it here. But in order for them to use that, they have to pay for it. So typically they would not meet because they didn't have the funds to pay for it. So how have we created social opportunities for them? Well, before COVID's kind of made it a little bit, now that things are coming back out, Layla's been able to go meet with them more often, but she was meeting with them once a week. When I first went and brought back the half a suitcase of beads, and then I went back and we started having our 5 women that we were working with, and then I would want to do a market, and all these other women were showing up, but they didn't want to show up to meet once a week, and they didn't want to build community, and they didn't want to build relationships. So we ended up going with okay, we're going to provide a social opportunity for you, but if you want to be part of the group, you have to be connected and show up to the meetings. You can't just show up when I show up to buy and reap the rewards of that and then disappear, because there's a certain amount of leadership skills that we're teaching, and entrepreneurism and kind of motivational self-leadership stuff that the other women weren't showing up for. So because I went one time when I think it was like the second or third time I went to Kenya, that room was packed with about 40 women, and most of them weren't part of the group. So we sort of made that a rule. If you show up for the meetings, now obviously some things happen, you can't show up for every meeting, but if you show up for the meetings, then you're part of the group and you get to reap the rewards when we place the orders. So what that does, it's built community for them. The first time we had our little tea party, we always have a tea party. Well, the second time, because the first time was when I bought the initial. We didn't even have tea. We were just in the room. We were supposed to have tea, but they stuck us in some other room, kind of off the beaten path type of thing. But the first time I started, we would have a tea party. We have a tea party before I come back. that's the last thing we do. That's our celebration. We have tea and mandazi, which is like a little, like sort of like a sopapilla or a triangular donut or whatever. And then uh, I we would share. At first, it was we would have the market day. We'd have tea in the market day, but now we've separated that. So our tea party is kind of uh, our time to just celebrate together. And one of the ladies, I asked anybody if they wanted to share, and one of the ladies spoke up and said, you know, we've never done this. We've never gathered together like this as a group. And it was uncomfortable for them. Now, we here in the US take that for granted. It's like, oh, of course, obviously with COVID, we haven't been able to do that much, but it's like, oh, let's have a ladies event. Like I had a tea party here at my house once. I had tables in my little garden sanctuary. So this whole space had 2 tables in it. I can move everything back and do that. And I had, I don't know, I had about 10, 12 people here. And we had tea and, you know, something we could do here. We could go to a restaurant, whatever. It's something that we do so often that it's not thought of as like, oh gosh, I've not done this. Now, maybe I've not done it in a while because of COVID, but it's something normal here, I guess you could say. Well, for them, it wasn't normal. And so they didn't, it was interesting because they were all so quiet and they couldn't sit in a room together because they didn't have that know, like, and trust factor with each other, which was part of the reason for having the weekly meetings. So that's the social opportunity that we were providing for them to be able to connect and build that know, like, and trust factor and build that relationship with each other, because relationships are the most spendable capital in the world. So we were teaching and encouraging relationships. So now they have each other's back, and the rest of the Kipsongo slum knows them to be a community, a tight-knit community that works together, that plays together, that prays together, that supports each other. And that's where the social opportunity comes to play. And what we're going to do eventually, I'm trying to see when I can go back to, boy, she's really enjoying that bone over here. I want to see when I can go back to Kenya. And when we go back, we're talking about taking our group of ladies and going to connect with another group of ladies, which I'm way behind on my Swahili lessons. I really need to learn Swahili so I can have to translate anything into English for me so they can talk and I can understand and I can share with them in Swahili. So, Layla, if you listen to this, we need to get on my Swahili lessons. But we're going to show other groups how to build that community, because when women can come together and trust each other and build that connection and build those relationships, like I said, the know, like, and trust factor, the sky's the limit on what they can do. So that is part of building the social opportunities and enabling them to have social opportunities to connect. And one of the things that I mentioned that's happened, our manager, Dorcas in the Kipsongo slum has been invited by the elders to sit and advise on things with the community, because the rest of the slum sees how they've come together, sees how they're leaders within the community, sees how they've built a strong team. It's kind of like one big team kind of concept. So they've built a team. They have the trust. There's a definite leader, and they've stepped up. It's really awesome to see. So they've taken advantage of the social opportunity, and I think that's what it means to provide a social opportunity, which is to provide that opportunity for not only them to earn income, but for them to come together, connect, and build relationships. A lot of artisans in fair trade, a lot of us work with people that are in like remote areas. So how would they be able to get together? You have to encourage something for them to join together and maybe go into right now they're just in their huts. We're still working on getting a building so they can come together and work in one place instead of having to work in their little huts. Like we were with the bandanas, they were working on some of that they would work on it in the room that we had, and then they would take the sewing machine back to the slum, and they don't have any electricity, so somebody had their cell phone and is holding the cell phone up so they could sew by a cell phone light. And that's just that's something that I want to not have as an issue anymore, which is our big goal, to buy land and raise money, buy land, build housing, build a place for them to work, build a farm for them to grow food so they can have some and they can sell it, so multiple streams of income, and potentially have kind of a guest house to rent out to groups that come through, because there's a lot of missionary groups that come through. It could be a place for them to stay, and just kind of a thing like that where they can be together and not have to worry, because the slum where they're in is pretty dangerous. It's that's it, they don't step out of their house at night kind of thing, because even though it's lit up, there's a big light there, it's still a lot of crazy goes on. But so anyway, that's our big dream. We are very close. I'm waiting to hear from Layla about the NGO status. We've done all the paperwork and it's submitted, and I think it's been accepted. I think it just needs the rubber stamp for Dynamic Vision Foundation Kenya to become an NGO, non-government organization, which is the same as a nonprofit. So I'm really excited about that. So anyway, she's moved down to the she pulled that off because she didn't want to lay on it, and now she's moved down to the ground. Yes, no, don't chew on that. If you're on Instagram, she has an Instagram account, Indigo Malinois, because she's a Malinois shepherd. Which is a Belgian. She's a Belgian and Dutch shepherd. And Monday, I have a trainer coming over to discuss possibly me hiring them to help. It's not train her; it's train me how to deal with her. So train me how to give her commands, and looking at whether or not I can make her a service dog, or what that entails. Yeah. Anyway, I'm happy to have her. She's so sweet, but she is going through the teething stage. And if anybody has a puppy and knows about the teething stage, that they just want to chew on everything. So I got these little things. Let me borrow this. I know this is a natural. It's like actually made of rice and other things. It's not rawhide. So I got that. I'm giving her one of those a day so she can chew on that and not chew on the furniture and the papers in the trash can and the patio furniture and the plants and everything else. It's just a thing I'm going to have to go through for a couple of months. Yes, it's exciting. So, yes, it is. It's exciting. It's exciting. See, say hi, Indigo. Yeah, so anyway. If you're on Instagram, follow her, Indigo Malinois. Follow Baskets and Beads too if you aren't following Baskets and Beads on Instagram. But so Swahili Sunday, this Sunday, is going to be about surrounding yourself with people who hold you to a higher standard, and not people who bring you down, which is sort of part of the creating social opportunities in the fair trade world, is creating opportunities for them to surround themselves with people who hold them to a higher standard, not people who bring them down. So I'll be talking about that from the Go Pink Rules of Engagement on Swahili Sunday, and share about some great tips there. Because there is that saying that says our income is like the 5 people that we surround ourselves with. But I also think your attitude is about the 5 people you surround yourself with. You surround yourself with negative people, or you surround yourself with positive, uplifting people? Do you surround yourself with people who align with your values, or do you align with other people who don't have your values? Or the people that want to suck your energy away, or they're people who boost your energy up? So that's what I'll be talking about for Swahili Sunday. Awesome sauce. All right. So, and I may be talking about that from the beach. I don't know. I haven't, I don't know. I may be. So, if not, it may be here in my garden sanctuary or it may be in the normal studio. At any rate, I'll see you at 0900 hours uh, Pacific time on Sunday. So until then, I hope you all have a great evening. If you're going somewhere for the Labor Day weekend, travel safe. Have a great time, and I will see you soon. Naku Panda.